Now on 767 News, Salisbury man loses leg following shooting incident. Police continue to investigate. Dominica continues efforts to implement National Action Program for Land Degradation. Citizens told to take ownership. In sports division to host 35th Primary School's Independence Athletic Competition. Good evening, everyone. I am Tanya Green.
And I'm Alicia George. Join us for these and other interesting developments when 767 News returns.
Distinct, authentic, with a storied history. This is not just a drink, it is an attitude. A straight-up approach where the brown-nosing conformers need not apply. It's embracing a chilled manner that leaves the hysteria to the bridesmaids and standing up against the sameness, blandness, and colorless. It's striving for extraordinary, because after all, who wants the ordinary? Appleton Estate. That's how I like it.
You have a sense of style. It's elegant. It's chic. It's modern. It's timeless. At Quartz, we have the widest range of furniture to suit any style, so you're sure to find something that's you. Furniture is fashionable, only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Astafans has mackerel fish in a variety of flavors and very low prices. Golden Prize mackerel in water, tomato sauce, or vegetable sauce is priced lower than other brands. Add Golden Prize mackerel to rice or provisions and enjoy a tasty full meal for the whole family. Add your favorite vegetables and meals will get even more delicious. Great price, delicious food in a variety of flavors with Golden Prize mackerel. Astafans, right place, right price.
First off this news time, Salisbury native 30-year-old Silas Charles is now without one leg following a shooting incident in his community on Sunday, September 28, 2014. According to Police Public Relations Officer Inspector Claude Weeks, Charles was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital to nurse his injuries after being allegedly shot by an individual. He said the police are continuing their investigations into this shooting incident and the shooting of the 20-year-old Joel Hector of Canefield, which occurred in Bath Estate late September.
That just tells you how serious with regard to small arms and discharging of firearms in a community. We're very, very much concerned. The investigations are going on. We've not yet formally charged anyone. People have been interviewed, but as you know, we need good evidence to go before the court. That evidence must be admissible in a court of law, and people will not be charged vice. But nevertheless, we continue investigations.
Inspector Weeks is pleading to the families of the alleged shooters in both incidents to surrender to the police on their own or through their lawyers. The senior police officer said if the alleged shooters leave the country, they will return at some point and will be caught.
You should come to police headquarters or the nearest police station or ask for a particular police officer who perhaps that you would like to speak to or confide in and report so that you will be dealt with. When I say dealt with, you'll be investigated. We want to hear from you what has happened. And of course, if you have to be charged, you will be charged. But it really doesn't make sense staying out there and running away. How can you be a fugitive in your own land? I would advise you to give up yourself. We will interview you. Let the natural course of action take its place. That is the course with regard to the investigations. And let justice take its course in this regard.
He said we must thank God that the victims were not killed, however condemned the incidents.
Worried about climate change and how it could affect Dominica? Well, so is the Ministry of Environment and the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, UNCCD, and the reason why these two are involved in the Partnership Initiative of Sustainable Land Management, PISLM. In 2008, PISLM was formed to support Caribbean countries vulnerable to the effects of climate change and to assist these islands in developing a National Action Plan, NAP. Calvin James, coordinator of PISLM, was on island today to facilitate the process of implementing Dominica's NAP.
In the Caribbean, we don't, suffer from desertification, but we have significant challenges with land degradation. So our work in this area is to mitigate against land degradation. And what the NAP is designed to do is to pull together a group of policy activities that will help Dominica treat with land degradation.
The National Action Plan has to align to the UNCCD's 10-year strategy, which will outline a package of activities that will enable Dominica to ensure that land degradation issues are addressed in a sustainable manner.
Once we are able to put together this document, we can then attract the kinds of resources necessary to help Dominica deal with land degradation in a sustainable manner. At the end of today, we hope we would have consensus as to what the document should look like. We have a deadline of December 31st to present this final document to the UNCCD Secretariat. I am happy to report Dominica is on track to meeting that deadline.
James called on landowners to take ownership of their properties, as healthy soil is one of the main ways of combating climate change.
If we have an effective tree cover, for example, it acts as a carbon sink. But if our soils are not healthy, we don't have trees, and therefore temperatures go up. If everyone plays a role in ensuring that our lands remain healthy, then we are on a sustainable path to development.
James said just 4 months ago, in unprecedented time, each Caribbean country involved in the process completed their report to the UNCCD. According to the coordinator, this demonstrates the Caribbean's seriousness and readiness for development. James has been the coordinator of PISLM since 2009 and has been working with country parties ever since to develop each country's NAP.
And winner of the recently held OECS reading competition, Louise Aarons of the Pioneer Preparatory School, was appreciated by her school and the Ministry of Education when a special presentation ceremony was held at her school on Tuesday. Education Minister Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, who was present at the ceremony, presented Aarons with an Apple iPad Air tablet as a reward.
Principal, let me express the commendation of my commendations and that of the Ministry of Education and of course the government and the people of Dominica. For you, your school, and of course Louise, having one more time placed Dominica on the regional map. We have excelled because of what goes on here at your school, and I think you must be commended for that. This is indeed an indication of the level of preparation that takes place here. So that, Chief, upon closer examination, I am almost 100% confident that teachers would give adequate preparation to ensuring that the students succeed.
Meanwhile, mother of Aaron, Yvette Jean-Pierre, said she worked hard with her daughter in preparing her for the competition. She said her daughter is a hard worker, which she is proud of. Aaron's placed second in the local reading competition.
She read 18 books this summer, and knowing that the reading competition was behind us, and we didn't realize that we would just started. So, and even when she won, she still kept on reading. She still reads. I still have to say, please, it's your bedtime. And she was like, can I have one more? Can I read one more page? So she just naturally loved reading. I've started reading to Louise from my womb because, when the child is in your womb, they can actually hear, they have feelings. So I started from there, and from a very young age, like 2, I kept reading. 8 months, she would pick a book. If you give her a clue, she would just go and get hold of the book. And she started very young.
Jean-Pierre said it is important that parents work closely with their children to ensure they achieve academically. Aaron said she is happy about her success at the competition.
It was challenging, but when I really put my mind to it and saying I'm going to do my best, even though I was tired or wanted to stop, I still continued and pushed and tried, and in the end I got first. Reading is the key to success. Reading is just amazing. It helps you in your schoolwork, and when you're bored, you always have something to do. Read.
Aaron was also presented with a new laptop courtesy Courts Dominica.
Minchinton Burton, Director of Forestry, Wildlife and Parks Division, says the annual hosting of Lime Squirrel in the Park has assisted the division in maintaining and beautifying the botanic gardens. According to Burton, gate receipts from the event have been significant in uplifting the grounds.
A significant part of these gate receipts has actually allowed us to be able to assist in the whole management of the park. And over the years, most of you who've been around, you'll have seen we've done a number of things. It's helped us in purchasing a number of gardening equipment, lawn mowers, brush cutters, etc. We constructed a gazebo there. Also, we've had a number of decorative pavers around the gazebo, park benches, purchased a number of ornamental plant signage, interpretive display, and a number of other different things we'll be able to do there.
Burton says the division already has plans for what this year's proceeds will go towards. He said the monies will go towards building a second gazebo and curbs to prevent members of the public from parking on the lawns. According to the division's director, over the years, rules governing botanic gardens have intensified. Burton is therefore urging patrons to be careful on how they utilize the grounds during the festivities.
We'd like the patrons to assist us in the manner. We've also had recently installed in the garden over $1 million worth of irrigation facilities. We have the sprinklers there. We try our best to protect them in time for the trails in the park, but we also would like assistance from the general public.
This year, Lime Squirrel in the Park will be held from Monday, October 27th to Thursday, October 30th. When we return, the latest on an initiative of the Dominica Humane Society.
Introducing the Ashley Collection at Courts. Courts has joined with Ashley Furniture, the #1 selling home furnishings brand in America, to bring you the most extraordinary furniture selection at unbeatable prices. It's now easier than ever before to find that perfect furniture piece for your home. And what's more, you can add that special touch with the right accent piece from our range of designer accessories from Ashley. Create the perfect look for your home with the Ashley Collection at Courts. Courts, bringing value home. Visit the new Ashley Gallery at our Roseau store.
Fiesta sausages are about to rock your breakfast world. Stock up with plenty of Fiesta sausages, because as soon as you serve your family a breakfast with Fiesta sausages, they disappear. And you have to keep adding more and more Fiesta sausages. So you better have lots of Fiesta sausages in your kitchen cupboard. Buy them by the dozen, and they come in regular and hot and spicy. The whole family can enjoy Fiesta sausages. Astabaz, right place, right price.
Say hello to the Digicel DL700, our newest best value Android smartphone with a 4-inch display, front-facing camera, and a 5-megapixel rear camera. It's perfect for snapping and sharing. Plus, it's super fast, so you can play more, do more, and listen more. And choose to download from over 1 million apps in the Google Play Store. The Digicel DL700, the latest addition in the Digicel Android smartphone range. Make the smart choice. Digicel.
The government of Dominica, in collaboration with the National Cultural Council, presents the 2014 Independence Celebrations under the theme Our Nation, Our Responsibility. Be a part of the 36th anniversary celebrations, reconnect with the island's history, dress in the national wear, indulge in Dominica's wide array of Creole delicacies, and participate in the cultural activities across the country. Dominica is ours to celebrate. The 2014 Independence Celebrations, September 20 to November 4, 2014. Come, let's make it an independence to enjoy and remember.
Can Dominica's economy really grow by 5 to 7% in the next 3 years? I bet a lot of our viewers have been wanting a response to how exactly the opposition United Workers' Party is going to implement this proposed growth. UWP candidate for Casa Bruce, Isaac Baptist, gave a general summary of just that during a press conference on Monday.
The reason why we are not performing at that level right now, it is because all sectors of the economy under this administration has failed. Agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, they're all in a low situation.
Meanwhile, Honorable Norris Prevost, parliamentary representative for Roseau Central, has put full faith behind the proposition, saying that the predicted growth rate will go beyond 7% in rapid time.
The reason why it is so possible for Dominica to grow exponentially is that Dominica is so low on the growth curve. It is so low on the growth curve that just by correcting and getting the growth sectors back on track, immediately it will show massive growth.
The UWP has pledged to focus on revitalizing several industries, including the declining banana industry, to realize maximum economic turnaround if elected into government.
And last Friday, the Humane Society of Dominica launched its Spay and Neuter Start the Culture campaign, which featured a music video produced by the Humane Youth Group. We understand that the music video is really aimed at raising the awareness about spaying and neutering as a means of controlling stray animal populations in Dominica, with a special focus on dogs and cats. Let's welcome now Miss Yola Toussaint from the Humane Society of Dominica. Yola, talk to us about the importance of this campaign.
Okay, on October 17th, that's last week Friday, the Humane Society of Dominica launched what we call a catchy music video, which was produced by our humane youth. And it was basically to bring awareness to the Dominican public of spay and neuter to humanely control stray population.
Okay, so to the ordinary man on the street who doesn't know anything about spay and neuter, what exactly does that mean?
Okay, well, spay referring to the female and neuter refers to the male is the surgical removal of the reproductive organs of these animals.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. And how do you propose to do that?
Well, as we said, through surgery, basically, but the program, it's an organized program where we intend to catch animals in specific communities through the collaboration with village councils, where we have these stray animals in these areas captured. We're going to take them in and have them spayed or neutered, if it's male or female, and after recovery, we release them back into the community.
So this is not a project solely done by the Dominica Humane Society, but it's a collaborative effort with the village councils.
We have approached the village councils. We're still waiting on some of them to respond, but so far the response has been very positive, and we don't want it to be Humane Society of Dominica. We want it to be a nation's effort.
Okay, nationwide effort.
Yes.
Okay. I imagine that this is a very costly venture. How is your organization meeting the cost of this project?
Yes, it is a costly venture in that we have to pay for the surgeries. So we are organizing a few events. Tomorrow will be the first, where we will have a happy hour from 5 p.m. at Melrose House. That's our courtyard. And it will basically begin the fundraising. We're trying to raise at least $20,000 EC. Naturally, if we gain more, it would be better for us, because that would mean we could go above the numbers that we're looking for.
Okay, well, that's an excellent idea.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Remember, folks, it's important to have your animals spayed and neutered. Let's help rid the community of stray dogs and cats.
A male adult of a northern community has been sentenced to 16 years behind bars after he was found guilty by a jury for committing an unlawful sexual act. The man was accused of incest between 2009 to 2012 with his then 12-year-old daughter. During the trial at the High Court, which lasted near 2 weeks, the state presented 3 witnesses, including the victim. This is only one case on the long list of sexual offences making up the September Criminal Assizes cause list. 2 other individuals are currently awaiting sentence for sexual offences.
Alicia, this is a very, very, very sad story. We just reported here to you, and people may be wondering, why is it that we're not calling the name of the perpetrator in this case? I think it has to do with some laws of Dominica pertaining to perpetrators of those kinds of crimes not being put out there in the public.
Yes. As it relates to situations like this, Tanya, the law strictly prohibits media, especially, from giving the name or naming the victim or the perpetrator in this matter. They say, according to the law, it says that it's to protect the identity of both the victims and the perpetrators. Persons, the public, anyone, officials even, have concerns about that. Why is it that you get to protect the name of the person who did the crime? We get that you should be protecting the victim, but why the person that did the crime? For our viewers, as I said, it's the law. We have no idea when that will be changed, if it will be changed, in fact. But for those of you who may be wondering why we can't say the name, or why the name isn't said on media, or shouldn't be said even on social media, it is because of that law.
The government of Dominica, Discover Dominica Authority and Gold Partner Digicel present the 18th World Creole Music Festival, October 24th, 25th, and 26th, Windsor Bank Sports Stadium, Roseau, featuring Midnight Groovers, Funky Versa, Movado, Jackie-O, Tabu Combo, T-Vice, Destra, Dennis Belfort, Class, Flavor, Suku Stars, Simon Girard, Harry Soudoyen, Jim Rama, Kelvin Dubois, Asa Banton, Dali Riddler, Paola, Elvis Crespo, Fanatic, Michael Anderson, King Dice, Data Chess, Web Scrunter, Triple K, and more. Season tickets $325 EC. Nightly tickets $120 EC. The 18th World Creole Music Festival. 3 nights of pulsating rhythms. October 24th, 25th, and 26th. Windsor Bank Sports Stadium. C'est Musicano.
I made a stupid mistake.
See where it's now landed me.
My baby's now behind bars.
Feels forgotten by society.
It's time for us to make a change. All of us make a change. Juvenile Justice Reform Project. All of us make a change.
Make a change.
Instead of incarceration, y'all, let's try diversion, reform, rehabilitation.
Our youth needs a second chance beyond bars.
A world that accepts them with open arms.
It's nice to know that you're here.
Just know that we care.
This time we'll do our part.
Let's all make a fresh start.
It's time for us to make a change.
All of us make a change. Juvenile Justice Reform Project. All of us make a change.
Make a change.
The Juvenile Justice Reform Project, a new path to changing lives for good, funded by USAID and the OECS Secretariat.
And to those of you wondering what law exactly we're talking about, we're going to attempt to get to talk to the Police Public Relations Officer, Inspector Claude Weeks. We will be seeking to bring him on 767 News to explain to us exactly what that law is about. Okay, get ready for the 2014 Miss WAP Duet pageant. It's on this Thursday, where 6 young ladies will vie for the national title at the Old Mill Cultural Center. Melijah Tavernier from Grand Bay, Tamika Tavernier from Soufriere, Janelle David from Massac, Shireen Dubois from Penville, Latoya Anthony from Woodford Hill, and Desra Coffey from La Plaine will compete in 3 rounds, namely Talent, Creole, Spectacular Wear, and WAP Duet. The reigning Miss WAP Duet, Tassia Flozak, will make her final walk during the event. There will also be an appearance by the reigning Madame WAP Duet, Veronique Nicholas.
The latest in sports news is coming up next with Larry, so stay tuned.
Ladies, men, and children, are you looking for that unique Creole fashion for this independent season? King's Garments, located on 34 Steber Street in Portersville, and its new location on Independence Street is the place to shop, specially providing you with all your independence outfits. Your Creole Garments exclusive shop.
Vous soumettez pantalon, chemise, waistcoat, petticoat, et bien jupe, radouette, venez dans King's Garments pour capable faire tout ça besoin.
Go to King's Garments today.
Good evening and welcome to 767 News Sports segment.
The Sports Division in the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports will on Wednesday, October 22, 2014, host the 35th Primary Schools Independent Athletics Championships at the Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth from 9:30 a.m. The Primary Schools Athletics Meet, which comes on the heels of the successful staging of the Secondary Schools Championships, will be held in observance of Dominica's 36th anniversary of independence. The meet will bring together outstanding students who qualified to represent their districts during the preliminary meets, which started on October 6. The students will compete in high jump, long jump, cricket ball throw, and various races and relays. Prior to the meet, a brief ceremony will take place with addresses from officials from the Portsmouth area and the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. The 7 districts to participate in this grand final are the Northeast, West Central, North, Northwest, South, Southeast, and Southwest. Last year, the Northeast District, which encompasses schools from Calibishi to the Kalinago territory, including Concord, won both boys and girls categories. In cricket, just as he did in the recent one-day series against India, stroke maker Marlon Samuels has again provided the only bright spark for the West Indies in the latest International Cricket Council's rankings released on Monday. The elegant right-hander has jumped 20 places to 41st in the one-day international batting rankings to be the biggest mover overall, whilst his West Indies counterparts experience a movement in the other direction. Disappointingly, there is no West Indies batsman in the top 20, with left-hander Darren Bravo ranked the highest in 37th. There was some good news for bowling in the West Indies, as fast bowler Jerome Taylor returning to the rankings in the 143rd position after picking up 5 wickets in the series. In football, former champion Sagicor Southeast ended their first round of the 2014-2015 Dominica Football Association 9 Premier Division on a winning note. In their last match on Saturday at the Geneva Playing Field in Granby, Malian Philip was in fine form as he stole the spotlight in the only Premier Division encounter over the weekend. His 3 goals were sufficient to give his team a 3-2 victory over Icons. Jeffrey Charles and Darren Del Sol with 1 goal each were the scorers for Icons. In more football, we go to representative of the Point Michel Sports Council, Gerald Judge, with results of the Carib Sand and Stone Football League over the weekend.
On Friday, Lord Mohammed Belvish paid goalless 6-0. Delbert Graham registered the first hat-trick for the season, with 1 each coming from Bert Kazimi, Blake Serra, and Adijano Joseph. On Saturday, Ghetto Youth edged out veterans 3-2. The league continues tonight with defending champions Ian Pinat Boca Juniors taking on Stallions, while on Wednesday it will be Lodbo versus veterans. On Thursday, Ghetto Youth will come up against Belvish Young Gunners. All matches begin at 6 p.m. at the Pori Playing Field.
Residents of Point Michel and environs are encouraged to turn out in large numbers to the various matches to show their support. And that's it for tonight's Sportscast.
That was Larry with the latest in sports.
And as part of Financial Information Month in October, 767 News in collaboration with the local ECCB office is offering a month of financial tips.
Save regularly. Saving should not be ad hoc or something you do when you have money left over. Rather, savings should be the first expense deducted from your paycheck. You should be diligent about setting aside money from each paycheck towards your future. Practice depositing in a separate account at least 10% of your gross income and make sure you leave it alone.
And that's all the time we have for tonight's news. We invite you to send us an email, friend us on Facebook, and of course, don't forget to like us on 767 News.
From all of us on the 767 News production team, I'm Alicia George.
And I'm Tanya Green. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to join us again tomorrow.